Okay, guys, we're back. A little bit of Steins Gate again, episode 7. Moving right along. We're in chapter 2 now. So, I might need to go ahead and start making these like 2 hours long instead of an hour long. I don't know. Maybe next episode. See how far we get in this episode. If we hit chapter 3, then we'll stick to the hour long. But chapter 1 was almost 6 episodes long. And I did one that was 2 hours. So that was, I don't know. One was 30 minutes long. So there's 4, 2, 6, 6.5 hours to get through chapter 1. We'll see what chapter 2 takes and maybe bump it up to 2. Yeah. Also, good news. I got a brand new carburetor for my chainsaw. Filter and everything. Keep it in a little plastic bag so I don't lose any parts. But, brand new carburetor. Okay, so the LHC is 27 kilometers long, circular tunnel built underneath Sern's headquarters. Its purpose is to smash protons together in the hope of creating unknown elementary particle reactions. They started experimenting last year. Before they started, there were rumors that the experiments might create many black holes. Oh no, those mini black holes will swallow the Earth, the universe is in danger, etc. Many black holes. Pretty sure Teeter said his time machine used many black holes. Are the things he said about CERN true? What's the possibility of that actually happening? 100% of that won't. CERN officially denies it. Let's say a mini black hole was formed. The amount of energy would be so tiny that it would disappear instantly upon formation. It would be impossible for it to swallow the world. But where there's smoke, there's fire. If I remember correctly, Teeter claimed that CERN began time machine research in 2001. In 2034, they complete the time machine. Right now, it's 2010. If they actually started that research, it would have been 9 years ago. According to their official announcements, they've only begun experimenting in 2008. That's suspicious. Of course, that's assuming Teeter's story is true. Some of Teeter's predictions were on mark, but most weren't. Checking the time because I forgot to do that, so, yeah. You guys get a little bit of longer episode. Some of Teeter's predictions were on mark, but most weren't. I'm also perplexed by how everyone around me seems to have forgotten about Teeter's 2000 appearance. There's something important in Teeter's tale. Or at least, I want there to be. I take out my phone and put it to my ear. It's me. Don't be surprised. I've sniffed out an evil conspiracy. John Teeter, CERN. See where I'm going with this? Yeah, that's right. They're likely connected to the organization. Coincidence? Come now. Don't disappoint me. What, evidence? Well, you must know. Whispers. Whispers of my mad scientist intuition. Those bastards are trying to destroy the world. Yeah, with many black holes. But what if we were to steal that technology? What then? Of course. Who do you think I am? Everything is the choice of Steins Gate. El Psi Con Group. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm reading it anyway because it's in Japanese, Chinese, Japanese. It's in a different language. So I'm already reading it. Might make it easier for you guys to hear me. I don't know. I put away my phone, then turned to find Daru giving me an exasperated look. Just who the hell are you fighting with? Daru, I know what we must do. What was that? Don't you was at me. You're supposed to grin like you know exactly what I'm talking about. What kind of super hacka are you? I wanted him to say something like, well, why the hell not? So what's in it for me? And then we continue like this, grinning slyly the whole time. Me? A week's worth of potato chips. Daru? 10 days. You sure are a glutton. Daru. The dive makes you a hungry man. Deal. Get started. You got it, boss. Or something like that. Yep, a real cool conversation. Mayuri, just hearing that from O'Green makes me happy. Apparently I said the right thing. Still can't get to that icon. I can only do these 3. Real cool conversation. But the real world Daru just purses his lips. You always give such half-baked explanations. Try to sound intelligible before you try to sound intelligent. Work with me here. You are a super hacker. Stop saying hacka. At least say hacker. See where I'm going with this? No, not at all. Hack into Sern. Daru stares at me in disbelief. Is that some kind of joke? I know you could do it, Daru. Expose their dastardly deeds and find any hints you can about the time machine. Dastardly deeds? You're just imagining that stuff, O'Green. We stand at a crossroads. Will the phone wave, named subject to change, become a functional time machine, or will it die as garbage in lab storage? You serious? I'm always serious. I look at Daru straight in the eye as I answer. Looks like that made him understand my position. Daru sweeps the garbage off his desk, sits up straight. I'm not responsible for consequences, got it? Suddenly, Daru is bursting with energy. It's like his early lethargy was a lie. Deal. Get started. Let's do this. For your payment, I'll deposit a week's supply of potato chips in your Swiss bank account. Daru doesn't respond. He's already deep in concentration. Anyway, I'm gonna sleep. It's all yours. I lay down on the sofa, letting the clacking of Daru's keyboard lull me to sleep. More mail. Ferris. Yuma, when operating in the mundane world, you're supposed to be discreet, Nan. You don't want them to notice you. Remember, the summoning has taken 2,000 years to prepare. If it fails, everything will be ruined. Although I suppose that might make things interesting. Nahaha. Mundane world. Akabe, part of the mundane world? Nonsense. The town has belonged to chaos for centuries, as it shall forevermore. Discreet? Are you suggesting that I, the great Hoin Kiyoma, run and hide? You risk my ire, cat girl. 2000. Is the church still devoted to that fool's errand? Even if they manage to resurrect their Messiah, humanity's faith is less than 10% of what it was in his time. Mankind doesn't need decrepit old gods to save them. You? What are you scheming? I honestly don't know. I think that would be a good one to do. But this kind of furthers the story. It's not actually them trying to do it, it's the church. And then these are all kind of small. So I think I'll go with 2000 because that seems to be the thing. You know, keep Ferris going. Should receive the mail. Still can't access the internet on the phone. I wake up to the twilight sun streaming in through the window. A refreshing breeze blows in, softly brushing my cheek. Dar's exactly where I left him before I fell asleep. He's sitting in exactly the same position. Not much has changed besides his typing speed. Now he's muttering to himself. I guess he hasn't had any success at hacking yet. Look around the room, but I can't find Mayuri. Maybe she's not coming today. I guess food-related grudges do run deep. I stand up and stretch. I don't want to bother Daru, so I don't say anything to him. I take a cold Dr. P out of the fridge to quench my thirst. Then I throw myself back down on the sofa and start browsing at channel on my phone. And what perfect timing. Teeter is currently posting in the thread. Okay, back to this. The Everett Wheeler model is correct. Please look it up and learn more. Seems you're still clinging to the preconceived notion of time. Time does not simply run from past to future like a car on a one-way street. To be more specific, the laws of causality do not allow contradictions to occur. If the result of an event, the effect, is changed, the event itself, the cause, also changes to prevent a paradox. That's why there are so few people who can observe changes in divergence. Divergence being the world line's percent difference from the standard. Anonymous. Die, troll. You claim to be a time traveler without any proof. Stock trends, please. I'm counting on you, Mr. Time Traveler. Curry Gohan and Kamehameha. If you can't observe changes in divergence, then how can you possibly measure it? Oh, I know, your time machine has a magical device that measures it for you. La 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 la. Oh, and you still haven't explained how a research institution conquers the world. Details, blocks. Oh no, humanity is doomed. What's that sciencedone.jpg? Lol, noobs responding seriously to a troll thread. This Teeter guy is a shitty troll. Hoin Kiowa. If any people have anything to offer besides insult, how about contributing to the discussion, plebeian scum? If you assume that time doesn't flow in a straight line, then the idea of time travel is much easier to swallow. In such a scenario, a time machine traveling to the past doesn't need to fight against the flow of time. I say Teeter's points have merit. By the way, Teeter, I'd like to know more about Sern. What can you tell us about their current activities? Anonymous. Tell me which horse wins the next Emperor's Cup. I'll bet my entire life savings. Everett Wheeler model equals many worlds interpretation. Basically, that means parallel worlds. Anonymous. What's with all the stupid name tags? This Halloween Kioma is more annoying than Teeter. You call yourself John Teeter, but you're fluent in Japanese. Writing in English would at least make it more realistic. You can't do English, can you? Can I ask you a favor, Teeter-san? My mom died last year in the Shinobi earthquake. If I stop my mom from leaving home, then I can undo her death. Please lend me your time machine. Kiri Gohan and Kamehameha. You're gonna believe this time traveler? Well, without proof, are you an idiot? John Teeter. No one seems particularly interested in what I have said about time not flowing in a single direction. That's proof that your preconceptions are deeply ingrained. Honestly, it bothers me that you simply accept that as truth. I'm starting to understand why Sern was able to take over so easily. Whenever a major event causes divergence to change, the timeline is reconstructed to prevent paradoxes from occurring. For example, let's say that a major event causes this world line to diverge into a new world line. Call it world line B. On world line B, I'm afraid to say @channel never existed. As the timeline is reconstructed, all of your memories of reading and posting on @channel will disappear, to be replaced with memories of you doing something else. In other words, by changing the present, you change the past. Read about Sern yesterday. The only thing I can say is that you must not believe their lies. They already exceeded at creating micro black holes. Halloween Kioma. At Kiri Gohan and Kamehameha. I desire only to quench my intellectual thirst, unlike you close-minded fools. I will reserve judgment until after I've heard what Teeter has to say, and then I will make contact with Teeter and acquire his time machine for myself. The great mad scientist, Halloween Kioma, will have the last laugh. Suck it, sleazebags. Tell me stock prices or fucking die. I won't believe you until you tell me. Here you're gonna at 311. That's not reconstructing the world, you idiot. That's altering people's memories. Who the hell can alter memories of nearly 6.7 billion people? Do you realize how stupid that sounds? I think I would have noticed if someone went and screwed with my brain. And what does any of that have to do with the many worlds interpretation? Do some research, lol. Micro black holes, lol. He didn't say somebody was rewriting your mind. Said time itself, in correcting itself, was rewriting your memories. Unless you were one of the few people who could witness the divergence change. Not like you got in a line today and you're like, what's going on, boss? Oh, you're gonna rewrite my memories? No. What's up, boss? How you doing? What's this machine? Nothing you need to worry about. Go back to work. Everybody gets their mind wiped. Wait, the future's a wasteland? That means I can be a road warrior and ride a mod buggy, right? I'm gonna go get me a mohawk. Anyone know where I can buy spiked shoulder pads? I checked Sern's homepage. It says they've been experimenting since 2009. Can they really make black holes? the hell's gonna happen? Does Teeter have a mohawk? God, that's fucking Mo. Are you implying our brains make the world? Are you saying the universe is a giant tree and we're branches or something? That's some evil level bullshit. Right there. Go back to 2036. John Teeter. 314. Is this how you reply to a specific person? Thank you for showing me. .311, which was John Teeter. Hey, got it. Hoey and Kioma messaging that guy. Okay, I picked it up. I picked it up only because John Teeter figured it out. He's a smart guy, apparently. This is how you reply to a specific person. Thank you for showing me. Reconstruction of timeline and alteration of people's memories. I think they're essentially the same thing. Why are you so intent on saying they're different? With a few exceptions, nobody can keep their memories across world lines. They are reconstructed along with everything else when the divergence changed. What's a road warrior? Anybody home? I'm immersed in a heated internet argument when an unfamiliar voice interrupts me. The door opens. A girl peeks inside. I recognize her. This girl I met yesterday at the Brawn Tube Workshop. Hi, I'm from the Brawn Tube Workshop. When our eyes meet, she smiles. The TV you sent in for repairs has been fixed. Mind picking it up? Dara's typing gets even faster. Looks like he's in the zone. It'd be a bad idea to disturb him with our voices. I nod to the girl and hurry outside. Why do we have to be sneaky? What's this girl's name again? I think it was something like Amaru or Amor. Right, Aman Suza. Currently, my genius partner in crime is executing an important mission. I don't want to bother him. Don't want to bother him. Can't bother the guy on the computer. That's how it worked. What exactly do you guys do? I told you before that learning our secrets could put you and everyone you know in grave danger. You're called the Future Gadget Laboratory, right? How did you know that? I never told you. Wait, are you an organization spy? I raise my guard and spring into praying mantis stance. But Susan just stares at me blankly. That's what it said on your mailbox. Oh, I'll lower my guard. Why didn't she just say so? Now that you know, it's not like you can unknow. I'll give you a short explanation. You must not tell a soul. She nods firmly. Is it just me, or are her eyes gleaming? We are the Future Gadget Laboratory, dedicated to defeating the evil organization that rules the world from the shadows. Wow. Is the evil organization Sern? Yeah, but... Oh, so I was right. Those guys really are a contemptible lot, aren't they? She nods to herself for some reason. And contemptible. I thought I was the only one who used words like that in normal conversation. How did you know we were hacking into Sern? What? You're hacking them? Right now? Me and my big mouth. Just answer my question. How did you know about our business with Sern? Actually, I overheard you this afternoon. If you stand here, you can hear stuff from the window. The window. Come to think of it, it was open, and Dario and I were talking loudly. But can you really hear us from here? I look up to the second floor. The window's still fully open. Can't hear a thing. This door is working quietly. I look down. Some familiar bicycle parked in front of the Braun Tube workshop. One of those mountain bikes. Its frame's all sparkly. Its tires mostly clean. It's probably new. It looks pretty fast, but whose is it? I've only been working here for a day, but she opens the Braun Tube workshop door with a wry smile. I've got a lot more free time than I expected. I've gone out 4 or 5 times today. Figured I'd... Dang it. No. Backlog. 4 or 5 times today. Figured I'd recontour the front of the store. See if I couldn't spot any customers. Recontour. Now there's a word you don't hear in casual conversation. Pretty sure it means to perform reconnaissance. To scout an area and gather intelligence. Is she some kind of secret agent? I follow her into the store. So that's when I heard you guys talking from the second floor. I got interested, looked up online. Now I know all the rumors about Sern. Damn, we were careless. Looks like we need to close that window when we discuss sensitive matters from now on. Excuse me. But if we do that, the lab will turn into a scorching hell. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Anyway, you must not tell anybody else, or else Men in Black will raid us. Ah, yeah, I understand. I'm actually tight-lipped, so don't worry. Souza grins and thumps her chest confidently. All is quiet inside the Braun and Tube workshop. The gigantic TV isn't on. Mr. Braun's not here either. Where's the manager? He left right after he finished repairing your TV. He probably went to see the chipmunk. He disappears during business hours every now and then. Whenever I ask him where he's going, he always says something like, I'm picking up my beloved daughter from school, or my beloved daughter has a cold, with a huge grin on his face. He dotes on her too much. It probably just annoys her. Anyway, just how irresponsible can you be to neglect work to see your daughter? He used to put a back soon sign on the door whenever he left, but now he has Suza to take care of things while he's gone. So here's the fixed TV. Suza lightly taps the TV on the counter. He said to charge 1,000 yen. Damn manager. Bet he gave it to us just so he could charge repair fees. Reluctantly, I take a bill out of my wallet and hand it to her. She takes out a receipt. Apparently it was already written out. Thanks for your patronage. Well, just take it away. By myself? Are you joking? Huh? Did you bring it here by yourself? Don't you know it takes 10 times more effort to go upstairs than down? Defying gravity is no easy task, woman. I guess I can help, but, oh, you see, we're already in the age where women do physical labor. She mutters, her tone pensive. Tch, how sarcastic of her. I don't remember anyone asking for your help, honestly. Getting help from a girl like you would just hurt my pride. Wow. Applause. That was so manly. I might fall for you. I baked cookies today. I had everyone in my family eat some. Got their seal of approval. Would it be okay if I bake some for your lab friends, Master? Oh, and it would be great if you could teach me some more techniques with scimitar whenever you have time. P.S. I managed 10 practice swings today. You mustn't depend on me. Remember, all things come to an end. Everything. Remember what I was joking about earlier? About how, yeah, that's what you do. You don't mess with the guy at the computer. 30 minutes into the video. I will be back, guys. I will be back. Okay, we're back. She said, that's so manly, I might fall for you. Got a text from Luco. And I'll just start from the beginning of that, because I don't remember where I left off and don't want to miss anything. Luco made sweets. You must remember... oh. This is one of the replies to her. So, mustn't depend on me. Remember, all things come to an end. Every meeting heralds a parting. I can't hide from the organization forever. And the seal on my arm grows weaker by the day. When I'm gone, you have to take care of yourself. That was time. Family. You sure get along with your family. How many family members do you have anyway? Taro keeps insisting that shrine maidens should come in pairs. And cookies. Well done. We warmly welcome your refreshments. In fact, you can come cook for us every day if you want. I'll even provide you with a maid uniform. Well, from my knowledge of Halloween Kioma, the reply cookies and the reply for time are the most likely ones he would say. I'm gonna go with cookies because it sounds more realistic. Sounds more realistic to his character anyway. Still can't do internet. You think you can trick me like that? You're lying, aren't you? What makes you think that? It's one of my powers. Yeah. Coloring, gentlemen. This power allows me to see through lies. Liars appear to glow red, then they die. You have powers? Shinora's eyes pop, but then she clears her throat as if to hide her surprise. Are you some kind of esper? When I nod, she whispers into my ear. Are there a lot of espers like you? Of course not. I am special. I thrust my chest out as far as possible to display majesty. Oh, you had me scared for a second there, but still. It's amazing that people like you exist. Maybe Sern is the reason there aren't more where I come from. After muttering some nonsense to herself, she finally nods in understanding. By the way, does the ability to see through lies have any combat applications at all? For me, I'd want perfect accuracy within 1,000 meters, or ultra-fast reflexes that let me tear my enemies' limbs off before they can react. The hell is she talking about? Is she a survival game otaku? No, wait, don't tell me. You're an organization assassin, aren't you? You must be the one they call Miss Googlo. Who hired you? Nobody hired me. What's a Googlo? She's trying to gloss things over with an insincere smile. Her confusion is suspicion. That reminds me, I think I remember her saying some awfully disturbing things when we first met yesterday. Anyway, do you have any other powers? Even if I did, there's no way I'd tell a hitman hired to kill me. I'm not going to kill you. Revealing my powers would be suicide. They are most effective with the element of surprise. In other words, they're for me to know, and you to find out. Meaning, say what you like. Burning tension runs between us. Our eyes meet, invisible sparks scatter. Got a mail. Shining Finger. Okape-kun. I want you to reply to me already. I've been waiting, you know. And please tell me, Super Hacker, address when you can. If we don't get cracking, someone else might get to the IBN 5100 first. And then an email arrives to break the stalemate. I turn my attention away from it. The ringtone is starting to piss me off. It's most likely from that male demon Shining Finger that I already answered. I can tell without even checking. This is getting ridiculous. She's got some stalker qualities and maybe split personality. I shouldn't have given her my address. I look at Suzara, and I see her lying on the counter. She's playing with something in the palm of her hand. Looks like a small metal pen. Anyway, how could she be this lazy on her second day? I love CRTs was a lie too, wasn't it? Why the frown? Did you get a death notice? What? Just wondering. She was just wondering if I got a death notice. How can she say that with a straight face? And what the hell is a death notice anyway? Do those even exist? What I meant to ask was if you got some unpleasant news. You could say that. This girl is hard to get a handle on. I really shouldn't let my guard down around her. There's this woman who's obsessed with finding an IBN 5100. Suzelle leaps up as soon as I speak. An IBN 5100? You know about them? Yeah. I see. So the IBN 51 legend is famous, huh? Maybe that retro PC is more popular with female otaku than I thought. Yeah, that's it. I heard the urban legend from someone. How much do you know about it? I actually tried looking for an IBN 5100, but in the end, I came to the conclusion that there isn't one in Okabe. I see. Well, that's true. You sound like you know something. Well, I do, and I don't, I guess. I don't know about it personally, but I happen to hear about it from a knowledgeable acquaintance of mine, or something like that. Another insincere smile. I'm starting to think she's not a very good liar. You can tell she's lying whenever she smiles like that. Sure enough, she doesn't offer any other information. She just keeps that insincere smile plastered on her face. Who are you? Haha. Falls back down onto the counter with a deep sigh. She looks up at me from that position. I was thinking of giving you a bunch of interesting information on the IBM 5100, but when you look at me like that, I don't feel like it anymore. I'm not even interested in the IBM 5100. I'm more concerned with Sern right now. Solving one of Ogilvy's mysteries won't topple the organization's regime after all. You don't have a shred of credibility. I have no way of knowing if that interesting information of yours is true or not. Wow, that's harsh. Well, I admit, I am acting kind of suspicious. I won't tell you, but I'll give you a hint. And then you'll writhe in agony when you can't figure it out. Truth is, the IBM 5100 has a hidden function. A hidden function. That reminds me, I'm pretty sure the John Teeter from 2000 said something like that. I searched through my memories. If I remember correctly, the IBM 5100 can do something or other with a proprietary programming language. For those of you who don't know, this was explained to me when I watched the series by my cousin, Dead Scott. A proprietary programming language is just that. It's a programming language that isn't used by a lot of people. It's used by one group. So the IBM 5100 has the programming language that Sern uses today that makes it so hard for them to hack. You can't hack into their system because your computer doesn't know how to speak to their computer. That's basically what a proprietary programming language is. Basically, you want a better description? Google got plenty of them. No way. How did you know? Tell me. I only vaguely remember, but it looks like I hit the mark. I grin. It's another one of my powers. Leading question, I can read your heart of hearts. Oh, what? No fair. For some reason, Suhara covers her face with both her hands. She opens her fingers just enough to peek at me. That's not enough to escape my power. I see everything. Aman, Suzaha. Resistance is futile. Anyway, the IBM 5100 has a hidden function. It can decipher IBM's proprietary programming language, which was written before APL and BASIC became widespread. Isn't that surprising? It's a really old programming language. It's like Latin. It's like Latin. It's pretty much a dead language. Not very many people use it anymore. You know, they switched to APL, BASIC, Python, Java, you know, newer programming languages that are supposed to be less glitchy and this and that, but IBM's programming language is a good one. It's just not many things use it. Now I remember, John Teeter said the same thing in 2000, and right after that, the IBM engineer officially admitted that that function exists. Now that's a dead programming language that can only be deciphered with an IBM 5100. The reason Teeter traveled to 1975 to obtain an IBM 5100 was because he needed that function. Maybe Mokube wants to use it too. Or not. Shining Finger doesn't seem like the type who'd know about that sort of function. That's why the IBM 5100s are so rare. While talking, Suzaha keeps dropping her glance to the metal pen in her hand. She rolls it around with her fingers. I guess that's a habit of hers. So, IBM 5100s are super rare. Maybe if I get one, I could sell it for a high price. That could be a good way to raise research funds. But first, I have to deal with Sern. He still doesn't know anything. Life in 2036 is very different from what it is today. Most people live on farms, growing their own food. All forms of commerce and communications are restricted. There is no travel, no internet, no railroad even. Most people never see another town, let alone a city. Science continues to advance, of course, but the vast majority of people do not benefit from that progress. Technology belongs only to those chosen by Sern and the Committee of 300. It's very powerful, at least on the surface. There's none of the conflict you see in this era. Anonymous. There's no war. How is that possible? How did Sern resolve the situation in the Middle East? What have you got against world peace? Sounds to me like Cern's doing humanity a favor. This Teeter guy stole a time machine from Sern, didn't he? He's the bad guy here. Die in a fire, terrorist scum. John Teeter. The world in 2036 is governed by Sern. All nations, even America, have disbanded their armies. To put it simply, civilization has returned to an 18th century level of technology and exists under a communist system of government. Except now, that system works flawlessly. Right now, you should be asking yourselves how that is possible. How does a system of government that collapsed in the 20th century exist without any discontent? The answer to the question is the reason I'm here. Yes, I am a terrorist. There are others like me who fight against Sern. Not a terrorist. If you're fighting against, a dictatorship type regime, as a citizen of that regime, you're fighting against their wrongdoing. Yeah. The founding fathers gave us the Bill of Rights, gave us the right to bear arms to protect ourselves from each other, from foreign powers, and from our own government here in America. So that if the Minutemen should ever have to ride again, we'd have the guns to fight back against our own government. That's the whole point of the Second Amendment. So we have the right to keep our guns, to keep our weapons, so we could fight the government should we need to. Not saying that's going to happen, but that wouldn't label us as terrorists. Yeah, the government would call us terrorists until we won. And terrorist, treasonous. Shit like that. But there's a complete difference. It's not being a terrorist. Terrorists just want to destroy shit. Cause fear. They're talking about a freedom fighter here and calling him a terrorist. But enough semantics. There are others like me who fight against Sern. We think of ourselves as the resistance, exactly. But there is no denying that our actions are a kind of terrorism. No, it's not. Fighting to free people. That's not terrorism. You're inspiring hope in your people by fighting your government. It's different. Anyway, I want to hear more about the many worlds interpretations. You said it's been proven, Anonymous, by 2036. How? I knew you were a terrorist. How many of you murdered? What if my kids are among them? Maybe I really should kill your father. Protect the future. Stop beating around the bush. Give us answers. You're one of those old men who participated in the student riots, aren't you? Filled your head with a bunch of bullshit, and now you can't tell fact from fiction, am I right? Anonymous at 6:52. This guy. Delicious nationalist tears. La 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 la. Sern probably figured it out. They've got a time machine to experiment with, right? Hoin Kiyoma at 650. Which was the guy who said, yeah. The guy who said stupid shit. That would make you know better than Teeter. If you're willing to face the consequences, then go right ahead. Teeter, question. Did World War III take place as scheduled? Why did you come to this particular time? Did you find an IBN 5100? Is Teeter plugging for the commies? I thought that went out of style years ago. I thought Teeter was crazy. But this Hoeing guy is even crazier. Get a room, guys. LOL. World War III. Llama. Isn't there supposed to be an IBN 5100 in Akbe? John Teeter. As I've already explained, my goal in this time is to change the future. I'm posting here to warn you of what's going to happen. Perhaps convergence will render my efforts meaningless, but if even one person pays attention, that's enough. 312. World War III? Is that something I said on a different world line? I would like to talk to you in private. Please email me when you have time. Of course, if anyone else would like to email me, feel free. Serious inquiries only, please. All I've been getting is hate mail. Here's my address. John Teeter at egweb.ne.ip. 20 hours have passed since Daru started hacking. Night gives way to a refreshing summer morning. I glance at Daru while browsing at channel on my phone. He's fidgeting even more. Now his legs are like pistons. Can't stop shaking. Gotta bounce those legs constantly. His knees move up and down in harmony with the rat-a-tat-tat of his keyboard. Daru hasn't slept in about 40 hours, but he still won't get off the computer. I was going to ask him if he'd like a break, but his entire body is exuding an aura that says, "Don't talk to me." I curl up a bit and return to my phone. My discussions with John Teeter just aren't making sense. Not even Teeter himself seems to know about the Teeter from 10 years ago. It's hard to imagine that everyone on @channel is conspiring against me, but how else can I explain it? Out of options, I decided to email Teeter directly, just as he told me to. He auspiciously exposes his own address on @channel. I guess that's his way of saying, bring it on. In my email, I question the difference between his posts now and his posts 10 years ago. The current Teeter hasn't even acknowledged the latter. I only vaguely remember them, but they basically went like this. In 2015, World War III breaks out. Many people die. It's 2018. Somebody did something right, because we haven't had an actual world war yet. It could happen. You know, for World War III. We've had 1 and 2, of course. Before my time. But it's 2018. It's 3 years later. We haven't had. So, somebody did something right. By 2036, the world is a nuclear wasteland. The world is contaminated by nuclear warfare. You traveled from 2036 to 1975 to obtain IBN 5100. Those necessary to revive technology lost in World War III. The IBN 5100 has a hidden function, the ability to read IBN's proprietary computer language, which predates APL and BASIC. but only certain IBM engineers are aware of that function, so it does not appear in the manual. In 1998, Teeter meets his younger self and his parents in America. Over here it says in 1998 you went to America to see your young self and your parents. John Teeter was a soldier who volunteered for his mission. You were a soldier before volunteering to become a time traveler. You're American. John Teeter is American. Furthermore, in 2000, Teeter correctly predicted the outcomes of some future events. This is how you described yourself 10 years. Yourself 10 years ago. Why have you changed your story? The Peruvian coast earthquake in 2001, the election of new pope, the outbreak of the Iraq War, China's advances in space, and so forth. Though he only talked vaguely about each one, they all came true. On the other hand, other predictions went unfulfilled. For example, the Y2K bug, civil war in America, the cancellation of the Beijing Olympics, the inauguration of America's first female president in 2009, and so forth. I'm not even going to comment on that one. I don't know if that would be a good thing or a bad thing. I don't. Depends on the woman. Depends on the woman. If she is a forward thinker and stuff gets done because she's making it get done, and at the same time, it really doesn't matter who the president is. They don't actually have as much power as they say they do when they're running for president. My platform is I'm going to debunk all of these laws and I'm going to make this work right and get rid of that. And you don't have the power to make laws a thing. Well, to make the laws be a thing so that you can sign them into being a law, get them approved to come to your desk so you can be like, yeah, that's a good idea, and sign it. You know, you don't have the power to do that as president. That's Congress. President can't even walk into Congress and be like, hey, I got an idea. They're going to be like, there's the door, bye. He's got to speak to a Congress member who's got to be like, yeah, that's a good idea, I'll draw it up. Then that Congress member presents it to Congress, and it goes through the first half of Congress, the second half of Congress, if it's lucky. If that bill is lucky, it gets through the second half of Congress. Then it goes to the president, and the president can be like, yeah, sounds good, sign it. Or you can be like, hey, I ain't touching that, and walks away, because he's not going to veto it and send it back to him. But he's not going to touch it, so it sits there for 10 days, then it automatically goes back and goes through Congress again. It's a law. Congress doesn't actually need the president to make laws, but the president needs Congress to make laws. Alright. Enough of American government. Why have you changed your story? There's more, but let's leave those aside for now. I'm going to ask him why those predictions didn't come true. Also, most of your predictions from back then, okay, I could scroll all the way down to continue reading. Also, most of your predictions from back then didn't come true. If you're from the future, then why didn't your predictions come true? I'd appreciate a satisfactory explanation. Sending mail. Alright, let's send it now. I know why the predictions didn't come true. Because he changed the divergence line to a world where those things didn't come true. Can't answer my... If you can't answer to my satisfaction, then the current teacher is an imposter. This is your limpness test, John Teeter. So what are your true colors? Good morning. Mary comes in. Looks like she's forgiven us for experimenting on her food. She's back to her usual smiley self. What are you doing here so early? Well, I heard you guys had stayed up 2 nights in a row, so I brought you some goodies. Excellent, good job. Though to be accurate, it wasn't 2 nights in a row. I took an afternoon nap yesterday. Mary starts fishing through her convenience store bag. Then she takes out, ta-da, canned Odin. The canned Odin is still warm when she gives it to me. I open the lid right away and eat the beef. Mary and I have been together for a long time, so she knows what I like. When it comes to canned Odin, beef is where it's at. It's a present from Miyushi. They're 270 yen each, so savor it, okay? I've been getting tired of eating bananas and chicken lately. Buy these instead from now on. But Miyushi doesn't have enough pocket money to splurge like this all the time. And Miyushi loves bananas and chicken, so she'll keep buying them. Meh. I consider saying you'll get fat if you only eat frozen foods, but that threat's not very effective against Mary, so I hold my tongue. Her higher metabolism words prevents her from getting fat, no matter how much she eats. But wait, there's more. Ta-da! Next, she produces a small box with a Rainet illustration. Rainet sausage. It comes with an Upa bottle cap as a bonus. I really wanted it, so I bought it. She sticks out her tongue with a shy giggle. Something tells me that in a few months' time, this lab will be neck deep in Upa goods. There are only a few things right now, like the cushion on the sofa, but that number is sure to grow exponentially. So, how's Daryukan? He's in the midst of a hard fight. He should at least rest a little. I mean, I never said he had to do it all at once. Daryukan, Super Hacker's spirit is on fire. Don't say Haka. An empty Diet Cola bottle comes whistling through the air. It hits my head with a nice thunk. He sure is tense. Mary and I evacuate to a corner of the lounge and quietly eat the Odin. But isn't hacking bad? Miyushi doesn't want you to do bad things. We got mail. Skyclad 2010. This is a man. It's the girl from downstairs that works for the old man who runs the Braun Tube Shop, Mr. Braun Guy. First email. Thanks for exchanging email address with me yesterday. I finally made a friend here. Yeah, don't worry. I won't email you too much. And I might be slow to reply to. I'm kinda new to this email thing. It's okay to laugh at me. That wasn't an exchange. You took my address by force. I had no choice but to submit. Where were you living before? Haven't used cell phones much. We're gonna go with this one. Sounds more like owing to me. I would be a fool to let Daru's hacker skills go to waste. Incidentally, it looks like hackers hijacked Sern's system back in 2008. Found news articles about it online. That means even the inventors of the World Wide Web have holes in their security. The skills. Excuse me. The skills, Daru should have no trouble getting through. Besides, we're doing this to expose Sern's wrongdoings. This is a war against the dark forces that secretly rule the world. Bad things are bad. That's unusual. Mayuri usually just accepts whatever I say. I don't know why my nose is messed up. It's time for an Allegra. Not sponsored. Well, I admit it. We're doing a bad thing. But there's no way we can stop now. I need to change the subject. Mayuri, I'm gonna trade. Want to trade my sweet potatoes for your beef? You wanna trade? I'd rather have your quail egg. Don't be ridiculous. Next to beef, quail eggs are my favorite. But maybe she likes quail eggs too. Settle for my Chippewa. Okay, Chippewa better than sweet potatoes. With that said, I skewer the Chippewa and put it in Mayuri's can. And I get her beef in return. Subject change complete. Mayuri really eats up conversations about food. It is so easy to manipulate her. Soon, if I can just get the SQL table, I'll have more than enough passwords. You're no match for me. Daru has started talking to himself. Looks like things are falling into place. Daru really is super hacker. I think this is the first time I've seen him serious. Daru bends forward, staring holes in the screen, but all I see on the screen is the same string of numbers and letters. Oh. Come on. Yes. Ho. You can't hide from me, you naughty thing, you. How does it feel to be naked? Ha! His eyes are bloodshot, and he started rambling. Maybe the lack of sleep is getting to him. Daru opens up a new window and types in a 12-character string and slams the entry key. Error sound rings. He quickly deletes the string and enters a new one. He keeps repeating that sequence until finally, login success. Oh yes! Matching ID and password. Login complete. Hell yeah. Taste it? Yes. What enthusiasm. Did you get it? The smug bastard turns around with an expression of an immense satisfaction. Le Petit Mort. As if he's gone into Le Petit Mort. Mission complete. Really? Wow, that's amazing. I don't really get it though. After 20 hours of agony, it's finally over. To show Daru my appreciation, I toss him in an open can of Odin. And Odin can's the best after Odin can. The best after a job well done. Well done. You really are the world's greatest super hacker. Hacker. I'm glad you're on my side. So did you find out how they're planning to destroy the world? I haven't looked yet, man. All I did was get us connected. But it's all downhill from here. I'm sorry if you're tired, but please start checking. The key to this conspiracy have got to be in there. Yeah. I'll do it. But let me eat this Odin can first. After a short meal break, Daru taps on his keyboard more nimbly than before. The question is who this password belongs to. Why is that? I went into Cern's database and got a data table. From there, I focused on people with simple passwords like 111 and ABCDEFGH to get my hands on an ID. It'd be awesome if it turns out to be the server admin's logon, but I don't think we're that lucky. In Japanese, please. Same. Basically, if this is the server admin password, we can taste every inch of Cern's luscious flesh. But if it's just an ordinary researcher's password, then we can only see Cern's boobs. Daru-kun, that's naughty. Quit the erotic examples. Basically, you mean there will be limits to what information we can access. Exactly. Anyway, it's only a matter of time before I get server admin's password. Let's save that for later. I'm really sleepy now. It would be cruel to push Daru any further. It's unfortunate, but overworking him isn't an option. Let's let him rest so he can regain his energy. Well, looks like our ID belongs to an accelerator division chief. So it's not a server admin. It would take a miracle to get one on our first try. How many staff members do you think Cern has? How many? Over 6,000. That many. Well, for now, let's look at this accelerator division chief. His name is Jack. Let's look at his email log. Did he just hack Jacksepticeye's login to Cern? Sorry, Jack. Shit happens. And of course, this email comes up in English. Oh no, that makes Miyushi's head hurt. It's pathetic to flinch at the mere sight of English. Daru, what does that say? Need to translate it. This is a job for Dr. Excite. Nah, got a better idea. Daru boots up translation software and auto-translate the open page. Poor unnatural Japanese shows up. The first line says, Happy New Year. Looks like it, New Year's great. Something about going on vacation in Spain. Lucky bastard. That email's normal. Nothing out of the ordinary. If we keep scouring the log like this, we can also identify the server manager. You know, looking through someone else's email without permission makes me feel really guilty. Miri gets depressed and moves away from the computer. She sits on the sofa and hugs her giant Upa cushion with a sigh. I know we're doing something socially unacceptable, however, I abandoned guilt when I chose the path of evil long ago. Mwah! Let the responsibility be mine. I will not ask you to answer for my crimes. What a guy. I'd let Ocarine do me in the butt. I decline your offer. Now, get peeking, Daru. Ocarine, you're bad. You make Miyushi sad. That's no concern to me. You just sit there and pretend your hands are clean. Upon further examination, we discover several emails with the title Experiment Report. In English, naturally. Looks like he sends emails like these almost daily. The LHC experiment reports there could be a hint about time machines in there. We should try reading them. This is definitely a crime, though. That's what his lips say. But his hand starts click. Hand still clicks on the email. What comes up is an unintelligible series of symbols. This is encrypted. Of course it isn't that simple. Well, cracking this should be a piece of cake. Nice, super hacker. He's a genius, no doubt. Daru undoes the security in less than 10 minutes. The real-time sync is in deciphering the crappy machine translation. For Japanese, it's "Hi, Paul." The thing's acting completely unnecessary. Uploaded today's data to the server. The LHC is performing admirably. Can't say the same about the rest, though. This baby's fickle as a cat, but it was surprisingly obedient this month. It would be great if it stayed like this forever. But don't you think this work is unrewarding? This kitten, this 27-kilometer long kitten, haha, has been in operation for 9 years. Our research will change the course of history, yet only a small group of people are allowed to see it. Of course, if it were ever officially released, it would be one hell of a scandal. People would probably say something like, "Call Robert Zimmercliff to Sern right away. He could build it in less than a year." 9 years, Daru finishes reading. I rub my temples with my thumb. Calm down, let's sort things out. You think there were any translation errors in that email? Did Daru notice something unnatural too? He's not joking like he usually does. If you trust translation software, then what it says, the Japanese is in strange places though. But that doesn't make sense. I thought the LHC was only put into operation around spring last year. This email makes it sound like it's been in operation for 9 years. That is strange. The email sent date is this year, 2010, so 9 years makes it 2001. John Teeter posted on @channel yesterday. The only other thing I can say is that you must not believe their lies. They have already succeeded in creating micro black holes. I gulp. If you read between the lines of this email, it sounds like they're doing some sort of secret experiment. Although Robert Zemeckis is a super famous Hollywood movie director, he directed a trilogy of smash hit time travel movies about 20 years ago. I groan. No way, was I right? Cern's hiding a major secret from the world, and it's related to time travel. Keep looking, Daru. Search for anything related to time machine research. Seriously? I don't know if Daru's questioning my order or the possibility that Sern might be researching time travel. Either way, he begins tapping on the keyboard again. There aren't any emails with the phrase time machine in them, but there is the phrase Z program, which is used hundreds of times in the past few months. Do you think it could be about the current LHC experiments? What is it specifically? Black hole formation experiments? Let's try looking for a document. Found one. Daru opens the PDF attachment. Oh, looks like this is top secret stuff from France, England, Holland. Government secrets. Also, I said that I thought it was in Switzerland, but pretty sure now it's in Holland. The super collider, Sern. cell phone. I'm gonna go ahead and Google it so we know for sure. Where is CERN? Switzerland. It is in Switzerland. Yeah. Okay, so we know for sure they're based in Switzerland. CERN is not even a government organization, so why? Wait, should we be looking at this stuff? We might be in a little deep here. I don't care. Get me details. Hold on, if we get caught, we're not getting off with an apology. Are you so incompetent to let yourself be traced? I took the necessary precautions. Then I failed to see the problem. Well, thanks. Dara makes a slightly awkward face as he takes the file out of the Z program and feeds it into the translation software. Error. Human is dead. Mismatch. May 14, 137 Z program experiment report. Because we have already succeeded at creating many black holes, the report is omitted first. Stop. All of a sudden, Teeter's prediction became reality. So CERN did use the LHC to generate miniature black holes. But they announced that their experiments still haven't succeeded, so why? This is what Teeter was referring to when he posted, "Don't believe what they say." But the goal of the experiment wasn't even to generate many black holes, it was to create a new elementary particle reaction. Dara doesn't take his wide eyes off the monitor, but in reality, they're already generating those mini black holes. Sure, it does seem like it. What does it say next? Results, error, human is dead, mismatch. For details, consult Jellyman's report number 14. We propose that further experiments be halted until the lifter is perfected and all local field conformity points are online. What does that mean? Human is dead means somebody died, right? What? Somebody died? Seriously? I groan. This isn't a joke anymore. Something is very serious is going on here. Maybe we are in too deep. And what if we are? I'm not afraid. I'm not. After all, I am the insane, mad scientist Hoin Kiyoma. I can't stop now. I can't control my curiosity. Besides, now that I have proof of their evil deeds, ignoring it would just leave a bad taste in my mouth. My throat's gone dry. I swallow my saliva. In an attempt to keep whatever composure I can, I scold myself for being so faint of heart. What is this Jellyman report? Dara starts typing. Once I ask my question, but he soon clicks his tongue. I can't find it in Jack's email. We'll need an account with more privileges. Then we'll save that for next time. Search for something related to time machines. You know we're not going to find anything, right? After that, Dara spends about 15 minutes fishing through the Accelerator Division Chief's email, but he doesn't find anything about time machines. Words like Accelerator Technical Committee and LHC Project Lead came up, so I guess we should look for an ID from there. Maybe then we can get more information. You can't look it up with the ID you have. Dara shakes his head. Well, I guess let's call it a day. By the way, what we just saw was CERN's biggest server. But I also found a strange database on the network. Strange how. It was buggy. Buggy. I mean, it was full of some kind of code. But the code was gibberish. Utterly impossible to decode, thank you very much. Could it be encrypted? Not by any algorithm I've ever seen. It wouldn't even work as a program. It just bothers me. Why would they have a database that nobody could ever use? That is strange. I'll see what I can find out. Okay, guys. I went a little over on time, I believe. But that just means you guys got a longer episode, so hopefully you enjoy when you get longer episodes. Sorry about when they're shorter episodes, you know, but like what you saw. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, share. I'd appreciate it, you know. And I'll see you in the next video.